The single most important question in all of retirement planning is not how much to save. It is how much you can safely spend from what you have saved. Get this right, and you can spend confidently for 25 to 30 years without running out. Get it wrong, and you either run out of money or, equally bad, you spend so cautiously that you never enjoy what you worked 30 years to build. Today, I am giving you the complete, honest answer to this question, including what the famous 4% rule actually says, what it does not say, and how to calculate your own personal safe spending number based on your specific situation. This is one of the most searched questions in all of retirement planning, and it deserves a real answer, not just a rule of thumb repeated without context. By the end of this video, you will know your personal sustainable spending number and how to adjust it as your retirement evolves. Let us start with the 4% rule, what it actually says. The rule comes from a 1994 research study by financial planner Bill Bengen. He analyzed historical market returns and found that a retiree could withdraw 4% of their initial portfolio value in year one, then adjust that amount for inflation each subsequent year, and have a 90% or higher probability of not running out of money over a 30-year retirement. The specific numbers. A $500,000 portfolio at 4% produces $20,000 per year in year one. A $750,000 portfolio produces $30,000. A $1 million portfolio produces $40,000. These numbers then increase each year with inflation. If inflation is 3%, year two withdrawals are $20,600, $30,900, and $41,200 respectively. What the 4% rule is based on. The original research used a portfolio of approximately 50% stocks and 50% bonds. It was tested against the worst historical periods, including the 1929 crash, the 1970 stagflation, and other severe market downturns. The 4% rate survived all of them over 30 years in the historical data. What the 4% rule does not say. It does not say 4% is guaranteed. It does not say 4% is optimal. It does not say you should spend exactly 4% regardless of what happens to your portfolio or your life. The rule is a starting point and a stress test, not a rigid instruction. Two important limitations of the original 4% research. First, it was based on a 30-year retirement. If you retire at 60 and live to 95, that is a 35-year retirement, and the 4% rule becomes somewhat less reliable over longer periods. Second, it was modeled using historical returns that may not repeat in a lower return environment. What does updated research say about safe withdrawal rates today? Several studies published since 2000 have revisited the 4% rule in the context of lower expected returns, higher valuations, and longer retirements. The findings vary, but a consensus has emerged around a few key adjustments. The Morningstar 2024 retirement research suggested a starting withdrawal rate of approximately 3.7 to 3.8% for a 30-year retirement with a 90% success probability in today's environment. For a 35-year retirement, the suggested rate drops to approximately 3.3 to 3.5%. The original 4% is still defensible, but with slightly lower confidence than in 1994. The good news that most updated research confirms: flexible spending significantly improves outcomes. If you are willing to reduce spending modestly during market downturns, say 5 to 10% when the portfolio drops, and increase spending when the portfolio performs well, you can start at a higher initial rate and still have a very high success probability. Now, let us calculate your personal sustainable spending number. This is not a one-size answer. It depends on 4 variables specific to you: your portfolio balance, your guaranteed income sources, your expected retirement length, and your spending flexibility. Step 1. Calculate your total portfolio value today. Add up every investable retirement account: traditional IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, 403b, brokerage accounts. Do not include your home equity or non-liquid assets in this calculation. Write down this number. Step 2. Calculate your total annual guaranteed income. Add Social Security, either current amount or projected amount at your planned claiming age. Add pension income, if any. Add any annuity income. Subtract this from your annual spending need. The difference is what your portfolio must fund. Step 3. Estimate your retirement length. If you are 62 and in average health, assume at least 30 years. If you have strong family longevity history, assume 35 years. If you are 70 and in average health, 25 years is a reasonable assumption. When in doubt, plan longer. The asymmetry of retirement failure is severe. Running out of money at 88 is catastrophic. Having a surplus at death is not. Step 4. Apply the withdrawal rate to your portfolio gap. If your retirement will last approximately 30 years, use 3.8 to 4%. For 35 years, use 3.3 to 3.5%. Multiply your portfolio value by this rate. That is your sustainable annual portfolio withdrawal. Add your guaranteed income to get your total sustainable annual spending. Real example. Patricia, 65, planning to delay Social Security to 70. Current IRA balance, $480,000. When Social Security starts at 70, $2,340 per month. Until then, her portfolio must fund everything. Retirement length estimate, 30 years. Portfolio withdrawal rate, 4%. Annual portfolio withdrawal, $19,200. Total spending capacity when SS starts at 70, $19,200 plus $28,080 SS equals $47,280 per year. The most dangerous risk to your spending plan in early retirement: sequence of returns risk. If the market drops 30% in your first 2 years of retirement while you are withdrawing, the mathematical damage to your portfolio is dramatically greater than the same drop occurring 10 years into retirement. The math of sequence risk. Start with $500,000 and withdraw $20,000 per year. If the market drops 30% in year 1, your portfolio falls to $330,000 before withdrawals and $310,000 after. The same $500,000 without a drop grows to $530,000 at 6%, then $510,000 after withdrawals. The year 1 difference is $200,000. That gap compounds over 30 years. 3 defenses against sequence risk. Defense 1. Build a 1 to 2 year cash buffer outside your portfolio. When the market drops, draw from cash, not investments. Defense 2. Use a flexible withdrawal strategy. Reduce spending modestly in down years. Defense 3. Have significant guaranteed income from Social Security or pension that covers essential expenses regardless of market performance. Flexible spending strategies that improve retirement outcomes. The pure 4% rule is rigid. Spend the same inflation-adjusted amount every year regardless of portfolio performance. Most financial planners today recommend a modified approach that ties spending loosely to portfolio performance. Strategy 1. The guardrails approach. Set a spending floor at 15 to 20% below your initial spending level and a ceiling at 20 to 25% above. If the portfolio rises enough, increase spending within the ceiling. If it falls enough, reduce spending to the floor. Otherwise, spend the same. This captures upside and preserves downside without constant adjustment. Strategy 2. The income floor approach. Cover all essential expenses, housing, food, healthcare, utilities, with guaranteed income sources, including Social Security, pension, and if needed, a small annuity. Use portfolio withdrawals only for discretionary spending. This means market downturns only affect your discretionary spending, not your survival. Strategy 3. The rising equity glide path. Start retirement with a more conservative portfolio, perhaps 40% stocks, and gradually increase stock allocation as you age. This is counterintuitive, but research by Wade Pfau and Michael Kitces shows it reduces sequence risk in early retirement while maintaining growth potential for later years. Case study: David, 66, and Carol, 64. Combined Social Security, $46,200 per year. David will claim his SS at 70, currently receiving nothing. Carol will claim at 67. They have $680,000 combined in retirement accounts. Annual spending need, $72,000. Current portfolio withdrawal need, $72,000 minus $0 SS for David, minus $22,800 Carol SS starting at 67, equals $49,200 per year from portfolio. David and Carol portfolio withdrawal rate analysis. $49,200 divided by $680,000 equals 7.2%. This is significantly above the safe withdrawal rate of 4% and would likely deplete their portfolio before the end of retirement if maintained. However, this rate is temporary. When David claims SS at 70, their combined SS rises to $46,200 per year. When David claims SS at 70, the math changes completely. Total SS, $46,200. Portfolio withdrawal need, $72,000 minus $46,200 equals $25,800 per year. Portfolio withdrawal rate, $25,800 divided by remaining portfolio value, approximately $620,000, assuming modest growth in withdrawals, equals 4.2%. Now they are at a sustainable rate. The recommendation for David and Carol: build a 4-year cash bridge from 66 to 70 while David delays Social Security. Withdraw the portfolio at 7.2% for 4 years from a dedicated cash reserve of approximately $196,800. At 70, the withdrawal rate drops to a sustainable 4.2% and can continue for the next 25 to 30 years comfortably. Inflation adjustment is a critical but often misunderstood part of safe withdrawal rates. The original 4% rule assumed you increase your dollar withdrawal by inflation each year. But research on actual retiree spending shows that spending often does not increase much in later retirement. It may actually decline in real terms. Research on the retirement spending smile. Economist David Blanchett's research on actual retiree spending found a smile shape. Spending is relatively high in early active retirement, declines in the middle years, then rises again at the end due to healthcare costs. This means the 4% rule's annual inflation adjustment may be more conservative than necessary for many retirees. The practical implication: if your spending naturally declines in your 70s and 80s before healthcare costs rise, you may be able to spend more in your 60s, your most active and healthy years, than the standard 4% formula suggests. Planning for higher early spending and lower middle spending is often more realistic than uniform annual increases. Your Safe Spending Action Checklist. 5 steps to calculate and monitor your personal sustainable spending number. Step 1. Calculate your total investable portfolio value today. Log in to every retirement and investment account. Sum the balances. This is your baseline number. Step 2. Calculate your guaranteed income floor. List all Social Security benefits at your planned claiming ages. Any pension, any annuity income. Subtract from your annual spending need to get your portfolio funding gap. Step 3. Divide your portfolio gap by your total investable portfolio and calculate your current withdrawal rate. Is it below 4%? Likely sustainable. Between 4 and 5%? Manageable with flexibility. Above 5%? Review the plan. Either reduce spending or explore ways to increase guaranteed income. Step 4. Build your 1 to 2 year cash buffer outside your investment portfolio. Keep this in a high-yield savings account or short-term CDs. This is your market downturn insurance. Fund it before you need it, not after. Step 5. Review your withdrawal rate every October alongside your RMD planning and Roth conversion analysis. If your portfolio has grown significantly, consider spending a little more. If it has declined, consider modest reductions. Annual recalibration keeps your plan aligned with reality. If this video helped you understand your personal sustainable spending number, please share it with one person who is approaching retirement and worrying about whether they can afford to stop working. Knowing your number is the difference between anxious guessing and informed confidence. Drop a comment. What is your current estimated withdrawal rate? Or if you are pre-retirement, what rate are you planning to use? Your number helps me understand where most viewers are and what follow-up content would be most useful. Subscribe to Calm Money Retirement. Every Tuesday and Friday, one retirement topic explained slowly, clearly, and without pressure. Next Tuesday, the complete guide to Social Security Fairness Act, what changed in 2025, and what it means for government employees and teachers who lost benefits under WEP and GPO. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute personalized financial advice. Safe withdrawal rates, portfolio projections, and retirement income estimates involve uncertainty and depend on individual circumstances, market conditions, and factors that cannot be predicted. The examples and calculations in this video are illustrative only. Please consult a licensed fee-only financial advisor for a personalized retirement income analysis. Calm Money Retirement is not a registered investment advisor.